Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Inter-America Challenge for round number 5 here at Imola. It's been quite a season. We are almost finished with it. It's kind of hard to believe. Season 8 already in round number 5. Tonight's going to be quite lonely in the booth as I'm joined by just Paul Muir, but you guys already know the Flying Scotsman. What's going on, Gamer Scott?
Hey, how's it going? I'm a little bit offended by that, actually.
Well, I meant lonely in the sense that it was just the two of us.
Oh, that's the best way to be lonely, though, right?
Yes, 1 + 1. So, Paul, I mean, if we're looking at the board tonight, I'm quite displeased to see JD Daniel at the front. I told him before the race I did not want him to win, and he's doing a terrible job of that.
You've obviously got the opposite of commentator's curse. You blessed him instead. What is happening?
You know what? Unfortunately, I think you're right. It had the opposite effect. JD, man, I need you to spin out turn 1, buddy. That's what I want. No, but you know, aside from that, I would say it's good to see Josiah Farrow in the second spot. Brennan Schmid in P3. I don't think we've seen a first place finisher Brennan all season. I mean, he's been battling it out. He's been the car who's been there the most, I would say, and we just haven't seen it from him.
No, I mean he was second back in Brands Hatch, but never quite managed to take that front position.
Yeah, it's good to see Jeffrey Bray. I mean, in the second row after his spin at Brands Hatch and his spin in Silverstone, beaching the Bentley. It's great to see Jeffrey Bray at the front of the grid as we're slowly going to approach the grid.
I imagine he's going to be taking a lot of care not to do the same thing again.
I don't know, Paul. It looks like he's already sending it on the outside of Josiah Farrow.
Oh! Did we curse him? Is that what just happened?
You No, JD, that's not what No, JD, I'm so sorry.
We've both done it.
We've both done it. Incredibly, we have not started this race without an unfortunate incident, but we're good. Jeffrey Bray still on track ahead of Peter O'Brien. JD Daniel seems to be doing well. He's ahead of Jordan Nixon. It looks like that looks like Matthew Higgs trying to send it down the inside. Gets clear. Jordan Nixon still behind. We're going to move on to the leaders. Josiah Farrow getting cleanly away, followed by Eduardo Prado moving quite a ways up from the grid, getting ahead of Brennan Schmid. We saw Eduardo start P5, and he's already jumped into P2.
Yeah, it was an interesting couple of corners, though.
And it's getting even more interesting further on down the back. Josiah Farrow JD Daniel still leading ahead from Matthew Higgs. And it looks like Peter O'Brien was just overtaken by Jeffrey Bray. Or at least took back the position, but we saw that move coming out of Agro Mineral.
Do you think Daniel's going to get hit by a track limits violation for that as well? Or did he lose enough places that they don't really care?
No, you have at least 3 track cuts before you start to get a drive through, and that's only if you're able to gain a time advantage. As well as it looks like he made a clear move to let the cars go. It was not a Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton situation, so I believe JD's in the clear for now.
Sorry, as you were talking there, Prado and Schmid just had a bit of a collision. I think Schmid went off. I lost him.
Well, if he did, that's definitely unfortunate as Jerry Mercer sends it down the inside. Eduardo Prado coming up right behind the Lamborghini, getting right in front of JD Daniel. And Jerry Mercer coming out of nowhere into P2 now.
Yikes. Yeah, Schmid's pushed down to 23rd now, so that was a disaster for him. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you hard. 17, Josiah Farrow is
getting away with it tonight. JD Daniel nowhere near. Jerry Mercer, however, is starting to push away. This man came out of literally nowhere, somewhere in the midfield. He's doing a great job of advancing through the positions, as well as Eduardo Prado.
Yeah, Prado after taking Schmid out. Cheeky boy.
For sure. Jordan Nixon, though, now really pushing up on Matthew Higgs, coming up for P number 5 as we head down into Rivazza. Not really going to have a move just yet. Looks like Matthew Higgs sticking on that racing line pretty well.
I was going to comment on Faro there, but I don't want to curse him as well. So I'm just going to skip over it for now.
You know what, Paul?
We'll talk about it in 45 minutes.
I think it would only be fair.
Curse everyone equally. Is that what you're saying?
It's justified. That's what I'm saying.
I was going to comment on the fact that Faro has been working his way up the podium. Like 3rd Brands Hatch, 2nd Silverstone. If he wins Imola, that'd be a nice little progression.
You know, you're not wrong.
But of course now he's going to be last. So, sorry.
You should apologize to whoever you cursed.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Faro's going to spin off any time now because of what I said. So, I'll preemptively apologize.
Nice. Yeah, Jeremy Mercer getting a lot of oversteer coming out of Agua Mineral. Or actually going into it. The man is carrying so much speed. I just feel like I need to stick in the helicopter camera to really capture all the action. I'm going to jump on with number 79. That's Sully Side. It looks like he's also leading a bit of a train, though kind of spaced out. Let's go back with 63, Jeremy Mercer. Oh, and JD really bunching up now with Eduardo Prado.
You better watch out. Prado's got form on that.
JD's quick. JD's proven. I mean, he put in the fastest time in quali. Although right now Josiah Farrow does have him beat by about 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, Daniel's obviously dealing with traffic at the moment as well, but he's not going to hang around.
Let's move on further back. Watch the rest of the grid. Jeffrey Bray now lost the position out to Peter O'Brien. He's going to have to face with Oswin Wilson. Let's go on further back. That looks like Rivadeneira just lost it out going into Tosa. Car number 420, Brennan Schmid with another yellow flag. And that's also going into Tosa. Now he has Dean Luschon right behind him. Man, it is not Brennan's race. I guess another potential curse there on my part.
You rolled out right at the start. That was the problem.
Yeah. You know what, Paul? Even when we don't try, it happens.
I mean, it's never deliberate.
Sometimes. Only when it's Peter O'Brien. That's the only time it's...
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, that's the only time it's all right.
It's like, it's okay to pick in the potato. It's fine.
The potato. I forgot about that. Thank you, Cigar. Thank you, Bakshi. Can't forget about the potato. Did you like how I said that, Paul? The potato.
I mean, it was definitely an accent.
An accent. That's fantastic, Paul. Well, I think for the sake of my viewership, I'm going to continue with this sort of accent. It's not French. I don't understand what it is, kind of. But we're going to continue with. I potentially, I hope, Paul, that you quite literally understand every word I said, and we're just going to run with it as I ramble with gibberish as JD Daniel just can't find the sort of grip or the pace to really bring up the gap to Eduardo Prado.
That's quite off-putting, actually.
It kind of is. It kind of is. As I say that, Prado just can't find the grip coming out of Agriman around. Now it's going to push JD down to go wheel to wheel into Variante Alta. There goes JD down the inside. Is he going to have the clear enough?
Ooh,
yes, he does. JD
That was a good line he took there.
That guy's a pro. I mean, he's in the pro league. He's a pro. Oh, that was good, Paul. That doesn't that just rejuvenate your excitement for racing?
It makes me feel a lot better about, you know, not cursing people.
Definitely. Now, let's go on board and hopefully give that same sort of luck to Jordan Nixon as he chases down Matthew Higgs. Doing a great job going past Variante Bassa. He's really not utilizing the slipstream so much. You can see the racing line. He's just driving his own line, not focused too much on really drafting behind. Both doing a great job of hitting the apex, riding the curbs nicely. It looks like JD, or actually Eduardo Prado's dipping the wheel into the sand just a bit. Now coming into Villeneuve, it looks like Matthew Higgs is slowing down Jordan Nixon quite a bit. There's a lot more braking from the Macaw. It looks like he's keeping up nicely, potentially coming out of Tosa. Jordan Nixon just doesn't have that sort of quickness on the throttle as Matthew Higgs. And you can just hear the Bentley, man. It just takes forever to grip coming out of Paratella.
Vatch in chat says, what a move. That one from Daniel, that was definitely right. I respect that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he followed closely behind Prado and just understood the situation. Prado just could not defend coming out of the corner. Unfortunately for Jordan Nixon, he's just not having the same type of love. Matthew Higgs is doing a great job of keeping up the consistency on track.
At the moment, Faro is just sitting there miles ahead. Nothing to worry about right now until I inevitably curse him and he ends up 23rd. But right now, the race is his. I think that Bentley's tires could be the problem.
Well, you know what, Paul? I wouldn't count that just yet. I'm looking at JD Daniel from the rear view of Jeremy Mercer, and he's just made up so much distance now coming out of Tamburello. Ooh. JD is right on the man's bumper. I mean, I can barely see his headlights through the rear wing. Oh, and just out of Villeneuve, JD just really strong on that throttle. A lot of oversteer. You can see the wiggle from the rear end.
It's pushing it hard.
Definitely. Now coming out of Tosa, it looks like Jeremy Mercer has found a bit of a gap. JD's starting to fall back quite a bit. He's barely keeping it in track limits there coming out of Paratella.
Yeah, he's got the fastest lap. It's 0.03, so he's 0.3 of a second faster than Faro on the fastest lap. Is it going to be enough for him to catch up, though? That is a 5.5 second gap.
Oh, just look at the man.
Early days.
Just look at the attack on that curb going into Variante Alta. Unfortunately for JD, the straight line speed is going to go to Mercer coming out of it, now going into Rivazza. You can just see JD looking for that apex much sooner. But I think the real battle right now is going on with Higgs.
I was just looking at him and Nixon now.
I think I might be reading this wrong, Paul. Did Higgs lose out? No.
Higgs is still leading the trio there, but it's anyone's at this point.
Oh, we almost missed it at that point. The camera angles were tricking me there. Oh, what a beautiful surprise to come out from the rear camera and just see Higgs and Nixon ride into each other. going into Tamburello. Man, and Prado's just not leaving Nixon alone. Although, unfortunately for Prado, that's 2 positions lost to Higgs and Nixon.
Yeah, and Higgs is actually pulling away a little bit now. I don't know if maybe he just got a fright just to cause him to step his game up a bit there.
Well, you know, definitely Jeremy Mercer has stepped up his game. JD is now 1 second behind him. Although, like you said, Paul, JD does have the fastest lap. And it is... Oh, man, that's 1/10 faster than... Actually, this does not make sense, Paul. There it is. That's why. He's on a 1:42.5, so he's 0.5 faster than Jeremy Mercer. Unfortunately, he was only 1/10 faster that last lap.
Yeah. Sim Race Train says spicy group from 2 to 6, and that is 100%. This train here is awesome to watch. The Higgs, Nixon, Prado section. That's going to be the drama to keep an eye on for the next few laps.
Man, and they're still going for it. Like, just coming down the main straight, the Bentley does a great job of catching up to the Macan in the early section. But for some reason just loses it later on. But, I mean, I take my words back. Coming out of Tamburello, Jordan Nixon just finding all the speed. But you know what? He has Prado in tow. Oh, that flame from the Macaw. Was that not fantastic or not? And it looks like from this angle, we're going to see Eduardo Prado attempt to move around the outside, going into Tosa.
Nah, you're never going to get away with that.
Oh, he just did not have... I don't want to say the balls, but he wasn't cheeky enough to really smash that throttle.
No, I feel like that BMW would just have stepped out if it had.
Yeah,
there's no way he is not riding right on the limit.
And you know what? Fed Hogato's right behind as well. And not to mention the Potato is really bringing up the rear.
Ooh. Oh, Higgs is getting a little bit. He's looking nervous.
Nervous,
a little bit leery in some of these corners.
You know, Paul, one of these days I will master your accent.
I don't think you will. I won't try yours, but I don't think you will master mine.
Those are fighting words, Paul.
And then I'll just change it. I just start talking really broad instead, so you don't understand a single thing I say.
I want to get to the point where people are like, who's talking? I can't tell. Is that Paul? So I can just come in here and be like, what's up, guys? It's Palm Yaw, the game of Scott. It sounds nothing like you now, but just my transformation. This is not my final form, Paul.
Yes, the chat says hard no in the accent, and they are correct.
Well, what are you talking about? If I do a French accent, it sounds more interesting.
Uh-oh.
Do I not sound like to you right now? I mean, come on. Oh, putain! Prado with the drive-through. Merde. I blame Loic for teaching me those words. What's going on, Paul?
And Prado just picked up the drive-through. That's going to be a pain in the arse for him.
Talking about pain in the ass, JD riding up the trough of Jeremy Mercer. He's not letting this one go.
No, but are the Lexus tires going to hold up to that?
Oh, man. I know what JD's going to be saying when he gets through to the door. Here he comes now. Here comes JD. Oh, he pulled away. I can just hear him now. The man's waiting and dying to say it. As soon as he gets up through the doors of Jeremy Mercer.
Yeah.
Hello there. That's going to be JD. I know it's for sure. Oh, JD, you got me on the edge of my seat right now, buddy. Oh, wrong car, wrong car. There we go.
He went hard over that curb there.
He might have pushed a little too hard.
Position. Yeah. He wants it. He's definitely making up good time on the straights, by the looks of it, which I'm kind of surprised at against the Lambo.
Oh, look at that. Gaining so much distance, under braking. Oh, he's just much tighter through that apex out of Tamburello. Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Yep. Is he gonna?
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Into
not quite.
Villeneuve. Switch back. I was scared he was just gonna send it. What a fantastic job to stick to it.
Yeah, a great bit of defensive driving from Mercer as well.
You know what's not great though? Now Jeffrey Bray comes into the
Bray's
fray.
right in there.
It's the Fray Bray. Oh no, hold on. It's Breffery J. Breffery J has shown up again. Actually, I don't think it's for position though. I think Jeffrey, he's P20 unfortunately. He just came out of the pits. So Breffery J is just gonna have to sit this one out unfortunately.
Hopefully, it won't get in the way.
I'm pretty sure that's what Nixon's saying as he chases down Matthew Higgs. Oh, and just dips that tire. I mean, I don't know if he's just carrying more speed or he just can't find the control to get around. Just can't do it right now, but JD's now just lost out a lot of time to Jeremy Mercer. But you know what? We saw this on the last lap before. He makes up a lot of time into the braking of Tamburello, puts himself into the fight coming out of Villeneuve. There he goes again. He's very tight. He's a lot looser this time, using that outside track just a bit more. And just, yeah, he doesn't have that slipstream he did before.
Oh, you're right. He's carrying way more speed into the corners, isn't he? He's that late break.
Just look at him right here now coming into Tosa. Right behind him, where you can see the headlights coming in through the rear of the wing. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think he's going to push it into Paratella. Oh, Mercer.
Cheeky little bit there.
Defending on the inside.
He's not giving up, though.
No, definitely. Will JD do the same move he did on Prado? Coming up into Variante Alta. Looks like he's not going to make the move just yet. He's still so aggressive on those curbs. But it costs him that exit speed every time.
Yep. Just counting on a mistake. So chat says number 16, 107. That's the Higgs-Nixon battle, which has calmed down a little bit from when we were looking at it before. And then, obviously, Mercer and Daniel, which is the one that I can't take my eyes off because I'm terrified I'll miss something. But yeah, they are both really good battles going on right now.
Definitely. All right, one more time with Mercer on the rearview mirror. There you go. JD Daniel bridging the gap. But like the last lap, just can't keep out coming out of Tamburello. The first time we saw them, or at least when he, oh no, I mean, just look at him into Villeneuve. Great job by JD. Same with Tosa. But he is starting to fall back just a bit. If I look at his lap times, that's 1/10 slower this last lap from Mercer.
Yeah.
And it looks like Mercer has stepped it up. He's now into the 142.9, so he's only 4/10 slower than JD on his fastest lap. Unfortunately for both of these two guys, Josiah Farrow putting in a 142.4, retaking fastest lap.
Yeah, I mean, Farrow is clearly hot lapping at this point. But I'm wondering if Daniel's starting to see some tire wear. Yep. Sends that rear end out.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen him do it many times now. He's very aggressive on both curbs into Variante Alta.
Yeah. But what we're now 12 laps in, almost halfway through the race. The Lexus is notoriously bad on tires, right? So he's going to be feeling that.
Yeah, and we have pretty much the entire backfield already pitted. Could be more due to other situations than strategy.
See, chat agrees with me. It looks like number 55 is losing his rear tires. That is definitely what it looks like for JD Daniel there. He's starting to struggle. I mean, that'll be why his lap times are down as well. He's probably not pushing quite as hard.
If I look currently at the intervals, the only driver close to anyone is D-Braze, and they just had a moment.
Stop it!
They just had a moment.
Oh.
It looks like that was Lush.
Right. Yeah, I just saw Lush going wide as I switched to look at him now. Oh, yep, hitting the dirt there as well. He's going to have to go for it.
Oh, and Lavally. What's going on with
Lavally?
Lavally?
Yeah, where has he been?
In the back, apparently. He's just... This is not the TJ Lavally we've seen in the last rounds. Oh man, oh no, this is a fight for attrition here. I'm scared to watch it, man.
Yeah, I'm just cycling through looking for anything else that's going to be as interesting, but right now.
Yeah, that was a bit cheeky there by D-Braze. It looks like he went off track quite a bit to make the overtake on Dean Lush. Now he's moving that car really early to defend on the outside from TJ Lavally. He hits the curb that sends him out wide, and he just had no control. Ah, man, from watching that, he's going to wait for Lavally. I think he understands that was his fault. But I think that's it for Lavally.
It's not looking promising.
No, that was tough. That was very aggressive from D-Braze. I think he was a bit upset from the contact we saw in Tamperillo with Dean Lush, and he was very energetic to get around. And he defended aggressively, and just unfortunately, I don't think he was expecting that huge shunt from the curb.
No. And Lavally went into the pits really fast there, so I'm wondering if that's him just calling the race. I don't think he's just pitting.
No.
Hard to tell.
He's already cleared his pit stop, unless he's just clearing damage. I mean,
it looked like he didn't care about the speed limit, though. It just looked like he was just going in as fast as possible.
Yeah, that could be a retirement, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, he just disappeared, so I'm thinking it might be.
Yep, that's TJ Lavally with a retirement. That's a DNF for our. If I'm not mistaken, he's our current league series champion. What do you call that, Paul?
Well, I guess the leader right now.
The points leader. There we go. Our points leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's man. But you know what? Running in the back after being in the top 3 consistently, I guess I can relate. It's a frustrating race, and to have it in that way.
And he was away last week as well, right? He didn't race, so maybe lack of practice. Maybe he's just, I don't know, just not feeling the races right now.
Potentially, yes. All right, so it looks like
it happens.
The top 6 have yet to pit now. Oh, and Jerry Mercer trying to get around number 187. That's Carter Irvin, currently running now in P14. JD flashing to get out the way. JD's going to make the move now. Going up into Piratella. And Beffrey J also going to attempt the move, but Jeffrey, it's for position. Oh, and Jeffrey Bray gets around him coming out of Piratella. Great job by Beffrey J. All right, and Jumpy well confirmed it. TJ is 4th in the championship, so I think with tonight's DNF, that's only going to set him back even further.
Yeah. Just a shame for the first 3 races. He was unstoppable.
Oh, Paul, it's going to get interesting now. Jeffrey Bray carrying so much more speed than JD Daniel. And, I mean, of course, he's pitted. He's on fresher tires. But Jeffrey Bray started in P4, or at least potentially P3, right behind JD, as it looks like Jeremy dipped into the pits And he did. JD's deciding to stay out.
That's an ambitious move. Those tires they're going to be dead. I think running on steel at this point.
I think the advantage that Jeremy Mercer is about to get on those fresh tires is greater than what JD's probably expecting he can do with cleaner air, as he's not having the cleanest of laps.
No, I wouldn't expect him to with the tires and catching up on the traffic as well.
What a beautiful angle there. Peter O'Brien, the Melon Lord, in the pits. You know what? He's currently in P4. He's done a great job of moving up from where he started. I believe that was like P10, P12, somewhere along those lines. Oh, there's just something about this camera. I mean, just look at it right there. That's fantastic. The bokeh effect is just great. I'm just gonna drool over it just a little longer. All right, Jeremy Mercer still in the pits. Jeremy now coming out. And JD Daniel is still going through Agua Mineral. So Jeremy Mercer's going to be on track in a couple of seconds.
I wonder if Daniel's counting on that lap traffic just to slow him down enough.
But you know what? He has clean air. He has clean air. He has Riva de Janeiro in front of him, but they both came out of the pits at the same time. So they're going to be on equally fresh tires. Eventually he'll build that gap, get around him, but he doesn't have anyone else. I mean, 257, that's Della Torre, and he still needs to pit, so that's potentially going to get cleared in the next lap or so.
Yep, Faro's in the pits now as well.
And JD goes out for another lap.
Holy crap.
I mean, you know what? We saw this in Silverstone. JD, and as Davin said, JD just kept his head down, kept driving, and stuck it out. He was one of the last drivers to pit. Joel, JD was our pole driver. Unfortunately, going into Tamburello, just lost the brakes into the gravel, lost about 5 positions, and he spent the last 17 laps now trying to make those back up. All right, in all fairness, JD, his last lap was 143.2, and if we look at the top 5, everyone who has pitted has come in with a 203, 239, and another 203.1. So, I mean, I want to say JD's doing a great job. I think with the current temperature of 25 Celsius, it could be taking a little longer for these fresh tires to warm up. Because if I look at the top 5, the majority of them are still within the 2 minutes, and everyone else who pitted before them has dropped into the 143s again. You can look at the 204 from Riva de Janeiro, and there comes JD now into the pits.
I'm just stepping away for a sec. I'll be back.
And we have lost Paul Muir, ladies and gentlemen. It's all right. He just went to the men's room. All right, so JD's coming out into the pits. Jeremy Mercer, however, is currently going through Piratella. So when we saw this before, it was JD going through Agua Mineral. So it's about an equal distance, I would say, from the time at which they were swapped around. So potentially, I want to say JD might just come out, if not ahead, but slightly behind. So it's going to be an interesting corner going into Tamburello. All right, JD now approaching Ravazza. Or sorry, Jeremy Mercer approaching Ravazza. JD better get on with it because it's going to get interesting. And Josiah Farrow now going through. There goes JD coming out. So it definitely brought him a lot closer to Josiah Farrow. But JD's going to have to battle out with Jeremy Mercer first. There he goes. JD still on the exit. Oh, no. JD's lost P1 and P2. And that might be Matthew Higgs, who just got around him. So Matthew Higgs got around and now takes P3 away from JD. Oh no, JD. He's going to have to push now. And Pharaoh now with a new fastest lap, 142.4. Looks like those tires have passed that initial warm-up period, and they're going to be on their best streak right now. As I look behind, Jordan Nixon and Fed Holgado fighting it out. Fed Holgado after that pit doing a great job moving up to P5. O'Brien as well now into 7th.
What did I miss?
A bit. Josiah Farrow overtakes JD while he's coming out of the pits, then goes by Jeremy Mercer, then Matthew Higgs. JD now in 4th position.
Wow.
And Fed Holgado moving up into P5, now fighting with Jordan Nixon.
Has Daniel pitted yet?
Yeah. He came out of the pits. He came out of the pits. He went into the pits when you entered the men's room. That's what I told people you were going.
Oh no, I was just going to let my wife in the house, but okay.
No. You let them think this.
Sure, that's exactly what happened.
I actually would have preferred if you said I went to go get myself a can of pop and then.
Not this time. I have a bottle of water instead. I was out last night. I don't need to drink again tonight.
Well, I don't know how you Scots do it. Yeah, man, this is unfortunate for JD, man. You know what? He got through Matthew Higgs before. He caught up to Mercer. His tires are still in that warm-up period. He just put in a 240. We saw that with everyone else. It was about 3 laps or so where they were in the 2s. And, you know, so I give JD maybe another 2 laps to warm up those tires, bringing them back down to a 143.
Yeah, his best lap time is a good bit quicker than Higgs in front of him.
Yeah, he's 4/10 faster for sure.
So he should dismiss Higgs at some point.
Nixon and Holgado going wheel to wheel now, coming into Variante Alta. Fed Holgado on the inside. It looks like he was ahead going into the corner, but Jordan Nixon going for that switchback.
Oh, nice. Nicely done.
Take it
away,
away,
going to have enough pace? Is he going to have the pace for this next corner? Oh, late brakes.
Potential switchback.
Forcing Holgado to brake there as well. I like that.
Oh, man, it's all going to come down to the toe.
Nice one. Is the Aston going to make it back up? I don't think so.
Come on, Fetty, you got to make that lunge, buddy. Oh, just look at those braking lights on the ground. Isn't that beautiful, Paul? Oh, and we have a car on the outside. Don't tell me that's Peter O'Brien. Oh, no, it's not. I can breathe. I can breathe.
How could you mistake O'Brien's car for any other?
Well, it's dark.
His car's not. It's fluorescent. It's just sitting there like glowing in the dark.
In my defense, I saw a car in the gravel. I assumed O'Brien.
Thought the potato had planted himself.
Oh, that's the perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The potato has planted itself. He's returned to the ground. Oh, no. You know what? That takes Code Brown to a whole new meaning.
Yeah, JD Daniel definitely. Sorry, I'm catching up with chat there. Daniel's down at P7. I don't know where he went off, but he definitely lost a good chunk of time. There.
He was the car I saw on the outside of Villeneuve. It was JD.
And O'Brien took the position while we were making fun of him.
The potato strikes. Oh no. Rip. You know what? I could just hear Joel saying that. Oh, rip JD. No. Oh, man. He had a great stint. His first stint. It was great.
Yeah, that's going to be disappointing. I'm disappointed for him. I feel his pain.
Well, you know what? I told him not to win, so he's winning at that. You're winning at that, JD. Take the win, my boy.
How many points does he get for that?
my love and affection. That's all it's worth.
Well, what you're saying is 0 points.
Oh man, I wanted you to say so. Worthless.
I almost did. I wasn't sure I wanted to be quite that harsh.
Oh, it's all right, Paul. We can take it. Oh, but I don't know if O'Brien can. Oh, Peter.
Sniffing at that Aston.
I see what you did there.
It was a complete accident, but I like it. I'm going to keep it.
You like it. Well, we don't kink shame around here, to quote you, Paul.
Of course not. You do you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Peter O'Brien definitely put on those hot thigh highs tonight because he's finding those 2/10 per lap. Which, by the way, we've discovered his famous tactical socks are thigh highs, and they grant the man superpowers. Unfortunately for him, he has Sully side right in front of him. That's going to slow down Fed Holgado. He can't make the move around the outside. He's going to have to get the toe coming out now. Oh, this is a great angle to go into Tamburello. Sully side's not going to back away. Peter O'Brien getting into the slipstream.
He's running out of track, though.
Oh, around the outside. That's going to be... All right. Peter doing a great job of catching up. Rivadeneira now is going to be ahead of Fed Holgado.
Okay, so interestingly, Higgs just got a drive through, so that's going to take him out of third.
It's anyone's game now.
Catch up.
Oh, Rivadeneira down the inside. Oh, I can hear Peter just feathering that throttle.
Peter forgot to put his socks on for qualifying. I guess, yeah, looks like it.
Oh,
he's definitely smashing it now.
Man,
he might be happy. He might be happy after the race for the first time.
I think so. This guy's having a great time racing here at Imola. Man, he just had to pull out there going into Agua Mineral. But you know what? Here's the same move from JD and Eduardo Prado. The leading car takes that just more speed into the corner, just can't carry it coming out of it. Unfortunately for Peter,
we hit that curb hard.
Oh, yep. Come on, Peter. Get that head down, buddy. Keep on driving.
The McLaren can't go over curbs like that. What are you doing?
The man's flying like a superhero, Paul. He can do anything.
He's going to need to fly a bit higher to avoid those curbs.
That's actually a good joke there from Jumpy Whale. That's true. Peter did qualify pretty far down, so he probably put those on in the formation. Oh, and I'm just looking at Rivadeneira. He's getting the push on from Sully Saad. These two are competing for not last place. Oh, man. It looks like Saad just lost out all the momentum he had going into Tamburello. Rivadeneira is going to keep the position for now.
Wow, so we've only got 20 cars left. That means at least three retirements. So obviously Lavalley is one of them. Who are the others?
I believe if I don't see him in a couple of next minutes, I'm going to say Brennan Schmid.
Oh, he's out. Wow.
Yeah. Prado's still in. I see him in P12. I don't see a name that we have talked about. Both Carter and Carver are still in. Luce is in. Salas is there. Diego Latore is there. Marquez Bray. Camilo Oswin. Nixon Higgs. Yeah, it's hard to say, Paul. I don't know who our third mystery driver might be.
Well, given that we also have 9 drivers who didn't start tonight, that is an empty field.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just been a lot of retirements from the season. Unfortunately, one of them being Joel Dallas. Joel, man, I hope everything's good on your end, buddy. Wishing you all the best. Yeah, definitely. JD did a great job of putting that car in pole tonight. He's been definitely active in the house practice this entire season. So it's just unfortunate to see him running in P7. But you know what? He's bringing that fight back on to Peter O'Brien, who's chasing down Fed Holgado. Jordan Nixon not too far ahead. And with the drive-through of Matthew Higgs, these two could concertina a lot more into each other, and we might see a battle in the last coming laps for P3. But we definitely have a nice train now for P5. Oh, O'Brien just not planting it.
And Daniel just swinging that rear end out. Just enough to... Brian, what are you doing? Yeah,
that was
that rear end.
Daniel's beautiful move.
Yeah. I don't know if it was deliberate, given the angle that Daniel came out of that last corner, but it worked for him.
Yeah, I think coming out of Villeneuve, Peter O'Brien just did not have the grip. JD was able to slip down the inside into Tosa. That was definitely brave by JD. But you know what? There goes Peter O'Brien.
Oh, he's got some more speed at the corner. Yeah. This is a good fight. I like this.
Oh, this might be a similar move. Peter, don't take that corner. You can't drive it like the...
No, you're doing it to yourself. Wow. Okay.
You know, I think Peter likes pain.
I guess so. I mean, again, we're not kink shaming, but yeah,
that's his modus operandi apparently. And it looks like we have a yellow flag with Della Torre. No, Della Torre's got the car parked on the inside of Tamburello, and he's not moving. He's not moving. We have 107. That's Jordan Nixon.
Okay, there we go. Finally reversed off the track.
Oh, but he's gonna get back on it.
Bad timing.
He almost took out JD.
Ooh.
Oh man, now Peter O'Brien's gonna be frustrated. There you go. Good job. Lets him through. I haven't really talked too much about Josiah Farrow. He's still there. Moving on. all the love for you, Josiah. Just not a lot of action where you're at right now. And Jerry Mercer chasing down Dean Luge, not for position. That's a lap car. Matthew Higgs, P11. Oh, that's after his drive-through. That makes so much sense. All right. What is? Oh, I was about to say, what's Prado doing in P2? That's on my end, folks. All right, Jeremy Mercer, P2. Jordan Nixon, P3. Not much of a fight right now, but Fed Holgado's defending from JD. JD coming out of Ravazza. Wow. No. That wasn't Ravazza. That was Variante Alta. Forgive me, folks.
I don't know what the corners are called. You could literally be saying anything at this point.
Yeah, here comes JD coming out of spaghetti and meatballs.
I mean, that one I might not believe.
Oh my goodness. He had all the pace trying to make the move on Fed Holgado, and just when it mattered most, JD lost the consistency. It went out the window. I want to actually go back to a second with Rivadeneira, who's chasing down Diego Latorre. And we saw him. He had the unfortunate moment into Tamburello. So this might be Rivadeneira's moment. And there it is. There it is. Lost the control. And great job by Rivadeneira getting through. Oh, TJ Lavallee. That's the other driver we're missing.
No, I mentioned Lavallee.
Oh, then D-Braze.
D-Braze, yeah.
Actually, our mystery man, DB Cooper, I think that was quite fitting. Never saw him leave. The man is a mastermind of escapes. And there goes JD coming out of Variante Alta. He's going to try to make that move.
Pick a side. Pick a side. Trying for the switch back here.
He tried it
No.
last time. He sent the car around on the outside. Oh my goodness, look at this
He's quick
angle.
now, though.
Send it, JD. Down the inside.
There
Don't
he
overcook the
goes.
brakes.
Oh no!
Damn, that was a tough one.
And
Now
that
Peter
puts
O'Brien.
up as well.
That's a tough one for sure. I don't know what Fed Hogado. It looks like he's going to give the position back. I think he understands he overcooked the brakes. But unfortunately for him, with Peter O'Brien being behind JD, he's lost out 2 positions. Ooh, JD, a bit cheeky.
I feel like what's happening with Daniel is he knows where he was 10 laps ago. And that frustration is just making him push a little bit harder than the car wants to go.
Oh, I agree. All right, Peter.
It's exactly what I would do.
Definitely. I mean, I'd be in that headspace too. I think I would have been in the same position as TJ Loveley by now.
Yeah, no question. I'd have been in the sand, basically just bouncing off the wall for the next 10 minutes. And I guess this is going to be the last important lap as well. There's only 50 seconds left.
This can't be, Paul. I mean,
it's been a quick race.
Yeah, we've been having too much fun here. It's quite surprising. I want to jump away quickly to look at Prado, who's right behind Irvin, and JD loses control coming out of Ariante Alta. Same move we saw with Fed Hogado, just could not keep the control. It looks like he's attacking the curbs a little too hard, but he's managing to get that exit speed. Oh, and both just struggling for grip going into Rivazza. All right, let's make the quick jump over to Prado, as he's now chasing down Carter Irvin with Matthew Hicks right in front. It looks like Matthew Hicks going to lose out a couple positions. Actually, no, that's Javier Marquez. Javier Marquez and Carter Irvin going wheel to wheel with Eduardo Prado right behind him. Marquez and Eduardo touch. They touch one more time.
Prado, I don't know if that was Marquez or Prado that was to blame there.
I think both were to blame. They just...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just going a little bit too aggressively.
And Marquez comes into the pits with a drive-through.
What's the point at this point? Race is over.
Yeah, probably to save himself the time penalty towards the end. But yeah, I think I would have just kept going to lose the positions with the penalty.
Yeah, get out of Faro's way so he can finish his lap clean.
Well, not much to say there. Josiah Farrow now entering alone in Nowheresville through Rivazza 1 and 2. Mercer not too far behind, actually. I think with a couple more laps, he could have caught up to him. And
it's interesting, this both first and second with so much time between them.
There it is. Josiah Farrow coming out in P1. I'm going to assume Jeremy Mercer, P2, Jordan Nixon. But we're going to go back to this battle with Peter O'Brien and JD Daniel for 4th place. Oh, and JD sending the move. Oh, he just couldn't hang on. That was a great attempt. And you can see him there weaving, letting Peter know. No, Peter, what are you doing? Peter gave up the position to JD. He let him have it. I think there might have been some sort of conversation there between the two of those.
That was weird.
Fed Hogado coming in P6. Did not talk too much about him. Oswin Wilson P7. Gustavo Camillo did not cover him tonight. P8. Beffrey J coming in P9. Unfortunately for him, starting in the 2nd row. That's a gutting feeling. Matthew Hicks now going to cross the line for a P10, followed by Carter Irvin and Ty Carver. There he goes. Crosses the line. Eduardo Prado 13. Marquez 14th. And that'll make the rest of the grid with Salas, Rivadeneira, Assad, Diego Latorre, and Dean Lusch. Wow. That was quite a race there, Paul.
That was an intense, Actually, it was an intense 50 minutes.
I'm
That could be the most interesting race of the season so far.
I think so. You know what? I didn't come in with any sort of expectations for Imola, but I was beautifully surprised.
Yeah, you and me both.
That was fantastic.
I guess it's these. I guess nighttime maybe. It makes people go a bit crazy. Just like the wet race last week. Fair enough. You expect drama. Maybe night was just enough to push people over the edge, get them a bit nervous.
Definitely. And you know what? We didn't discuss that at the start. This was our only night race of the season. So yeah, I think definitely there was a different environment that we had here. Unfortunately, guys, we are going to do things a little differently for tonight. There won't be a post-race show. We don't have Lency with us tonight, and we're just going to go ahead and cut it here a little bit earlier than normal. So with that said, this was round number 5 of the Inter-America Challenge for Season 8. We're going to be back next week for the finale, which is going to be in Snetterton. So be sure to come back for that, guys. And other than that, Paul, you have any parting words?
No.
Well, there you guys have it. No parting words.
No, I've got nothing wise to say. Never do.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for us from Sim Racing 604. Come back next week for the season finale. And thank you for joining us here tonight for round number 5 at Imola. I'm the Mordecai. I've been joined by the Gamer Scott, the Flying Scotsman, Paul Muir. And on behalf of the broadcast team and everyone here at 604, thanks for watching and have a good night.
See ya.